States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Spencer? Archery?
Here.
Cannon?
Here.
Stout is absent, and so is Peg.
Approval of prior minutes.
I'll make that. I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, report from county officers. County clerk?
I just got my part of the tax extension taxes finished up and sent over to the treasurer's office. Last week I was able to host kind of like a voter registration user meeting with a couple different counties, so that was kind of nice to have them come in and see our office and how we work our voter registration software. Other than that, that's about it.
Treasurer?
Like she just said, I just got my part of the taxes. It's looking like we're a couple of months ahead of schedule. So my plan is to keep the due dates roughly the same, but just send the bills out a little bit earlier than normal, so people have more of a chance to plan.
Right.
But as far as the budget, just want to talk about the budget a little bit. We're 42% of the year has gone by. We've used 36% of our expenditures. So budget to actual, we're looking pretty good, on track. This time last year, we used about 40%, so we're better than last year as far as our budget. The external audit is complete, and they'll be here next year to report on that. From what I could see, everything looked pretty good, and that's all I got.
Let's see, circuit clerk, no. The ambulance, Alan's not there tonight. State's attorney.
We're still going pretty good. I mean, everyone keeps writing tickets, people keep committing crime, so we're staying busy.
Okay. Sheriff's not here tonight. Supervisor of assessments. Highway.
Nothing out of the ordinary tonight. I do have one item on the agenda for a road use agreement for the Pivot Energy solar farm that was approved. Their permit was approved last month, so this is gonna be buttoning up the county's end on that agreement. They also will have that's up north of Crossville. But there's also a couple blocks that they're gonna have to travel through the city or village of Crossville, and I am unsure as to whether they have an agreement with them. I know they were pursuing one at the time, but I think it got lost in the shuffle maybe when the permit was initially denied.
Right.
I think they're in contact with Village Crossville now. I got an email this morning asking me about Crossville's approval. I said I don't have anything to do with that, and they need to talk to them directly. So
Okay.
Is that included in the agreement that they have to have that in place?
before they can start, yeah, they're gonna have to have that in place and
Okay.
bond set aside before they
So
can start
that's
working.
their job to get that done?
Yes.
Okay. EMA,
All's well, going as smooth as possible. Assisted with 3 vehicle wrecks, 2 fires, 2 separate juvenile missing situations. One was with one child and the other one was actually 2 together. Assisted with 1 search warrant with Carmi Police. Had a tree get blowed over on a house behind the high school here in town, assisted with that. And we had a pretty serious 911 ambulance call. I want to highlight this because of the combined efforts between our ambulance, our deputies, and my office. We handled it as smooth as possible with the best outcome we could ever ask for. we had a 5-year-old accidentally discharged a .22 rifle and went into his eyebrow and came out the hairline at the top of his forehead. He is currently home. He was home in a week, and he graduated preschool on time and with his class. And we are absolutely thrilled.
That's
It's-
one lucky little feller.
One lucky little dude, and everybody handled it as smooth as possible and did great. And I can't say anything better about the guys that are out and women that are out running around helping.
Definitely.
Yep.
Thank you. Coroner 911, you didn't have anything on the coroner, did you?
I mean, I could give a report on one we had. Pretty.
Yeah, I was gonna say them.
I don't know if he turned in a report or not,
We did.
Yeah,
but I can speak of one that I handled by myself. Lady had been down for, we're thinking approximately 3 months, in her home. And, not suspecting foul play, but it was not
notification.
notified to the correct authorities that somebody had passed away. So that's being taken care of right now through everything.
Okay, TV, I was at the health department meeting last night, and I don't know what, since we don't have a TV officer, and they're kinda handling it, but there's never been anything formally done with it. So I don't know who needs to handle that, do you know? Any ideas
Well,
on that
one
one?
time we talked about just transferring the money over.
Well, and that's basically, I figured that was, so is there anything, was the money transferred over to them?
No,
They
we
haven't-
still have it, I think it's about
Okay.
17,000.
Okay, so I
I
guess,
guess, Egyptian, it would be best if Egyptian Health Department maybe send us something so we can
okay,
attach that for the auditor's purpose,
okay,
and then we can transfer it wherever
Yeah, we
they
need
need us to send it to.
governmental agreement in place.
Yeah.
okay. I think we talked about this before, it just never got all the way.
Yeah, we didn't talk about the agreement, but we talked
Right.
about them handling it. I'd like to get an agreement.
Okay. I mean, they're doing it anyway, but, yeah, okay.
17,000.
Administrators report.
So we do have a few items later on the agenda, that we're available for comment on. But largely right now, we're wrapping up the second quarter already, so we've already started the FY '27 draft budget. So we'll look to get the information from Mike, beginning of next month. We'll do construction on packets, we'll get those to department heads at the end of next month, and we'll be back into budget season looking for FY '27. And then I did wanna address, because we typically do get questions about the vet and environmental bill that's later on your consent agenda. So this is our 6th time we've been charged for the environmental testing at the landfill. So remember, that number looks daunting, but we're only responsible for 33.5% of that. So all of those together, our actual bill, even though today says 20,000, the county's portion for every single payment this year is 16,691. So it's not as daunting as it looks, but it's still a significant amount. I know Chris is still following up with the attorney that handled the case, and I don't think he got back to you yet, did he?
Yeah, I can recheck with Brandon Edwards to see if the certificates and things have been filed. Last time I checked with the Illinois EPA lady, she was gonna check to see if they were in receiving, and I spoke with Brandon, and he said they should be filed within a month or so, and I think that was probably like in February or March. So that would be like our next hurdle to get past, and then there's a possibility that the EPA could backdate our closure, because I think it's like 1992 since they've actually received any waste. It was just, there was a dispute with Charles Givens. So once that lawsuit was going, they couldn't actually move forward anywhere. So even though our landfill hasn't received waste in over 30 years, they started us when the lawsuit got settled with Givens. So When I talked to the EPA lady, she thought there was a good chance that we wouldn't have to do like the full 15 years and all the additional things that once the paperwork starts getting done, there's a chance that we could close faster than a normal landfill would close because it's been closed for that long.
So you're gonna check on that?
Yeah, I can
So,
check with Brandon and see if the paperwork did get filed with the EPA, and then they can start, and hopefully they'll start moving forward with the other paperwork that has to get done as well.
Anything else you needed to, okay, any public comment?
I have a thing on your consent agenda, number 2, remote attendance.
Yes.
Totally get you guys have lives and you can't always be here, and I really do appreciate the ability for board members who can't be here to remote in. However, y'all are getting paid to be here. You were elected to be here. If you're going to do that, can we look into doing something where people in White County who may not be able to be here can remote in and participate and view live what's going on? Because they're not paid to be here, and they may have things going on in their life just like y'all do too. Give them the ability to participate. That's just my thought.
Thank you.
I have a question.
Yeah.
The consent agenda has approval of bids for the windows. Is all the windows in the courthouse being replaced?
Yes, 30 something.
Yes?
windows, I think.
Okay.
Yes,
And you have a total for that, correct,
yeah, we have
on the bids?
two
Okay.
bids for it.
All right. I'd like to know what those are when you get there.
Discussing it, cause there's 3 different,
Nothing or shoot, but Mary said.
Okay.
you're gonna end up pulling that and discussing it more, so.
I think, I thought there was just 2.
Then that'd be decided tonight, we could take
You
it.
can table it if you need to, and I know that, Mike identified an opportunity to get that approved for further funding, so it doesn't all have to come from.
There's like one that's on 20,
Table.
I don't know, you just hand me a folder and put it all in there.
Okay, any other public comment on it?
The consent agenda, the one is just to confirm that we have bids, right? You're not actually picking one of the bids, is that correct? I was just told by court personnel who couldn't be here to just urge the board to pick at least one of them that has soundproofing. So that when
Yes,
semis go by, it's not as loud, but I haven't seen. the
honestly,
bids.
I'd like to get moved along, I mean, I'd like to vote on the windows tonight.
I was just asked to urge the board
Yeah, and,
to at least pick one of the bids that has
Right,
soundproofing as
I
part of the
agree.
windows.
yeah, cause it's very loud and the price, it's really not that much difference on.
I spoke with the city of Carmine,
Uh-huh.
and to see if we would qualify for the TIF grant.
Yep.
And, they didn't, well, I talked to Holly, and she said that she thought maybe we would qualify for that. So
Okay.
if that's the case, then that'd be a lot of savings there. I think maybe they give up to 50% of the project.
Yeah.
I'd be wrong on that, but it'd save us a lot of money, and that money's already been taxed.
Right,
The taxpayers have already paid that money, it's sitting in an account, so no reason to tax again,
Yeah.
if we can get half of that.
is all of Main Street in that TIF district up here?
I think
Pretty
pretty
close.
well, but
Okay.
I'm not really, don't hold me to that, but
Yeah.
I think pretty much.
I just wondered, I didn't.
It's a small application, couple pages, and
Right.
I filled out most of it, I think, Cassie may have to look over it, or maybe you could look over it since you're
Okay.
acting chairman and, sign it.
Consent agenda, read it, and then after you're done, ask if anyone wants to remove anything.
Okay.
Individually, I don't know if we can pull that off.
Okay, for the consent agenda, discussion and possible approval of the bids for windows of courthouse. Number 2 is discussion and possible approval of a resolution for remote attendance for board members. 3, discussion and possible approval of the roadway use and maintenance agreement for energy products and infrastructure. And 4, discussion and possible approval of the VET environmental bill for $20,049.57. Anybody want to remove anything for discussion? We probably need to,
What's some bids on them windows?
I would recommend removing the windows from the consent agenda so it can be acted on individually.
Okay.
If you wanna remove, Kenny, did you want that?
Alright,
And then we'll act on the rest of them, and then we'll discuss each of the bids. Does that work?
that'll work.
okay. So, on the consent agenda, we're going to need to remove 1 for the discussion and possible approval of the bids for windows courthouse. And we will vote on 2, 3, and 4, correct? So I just need a motion.
I'll make a motion. I'll second.
Roll call.
Yep. Spencer,
Yes.
Ershing,
Yes.
Cannon,
Yes.
South and Hager absent.
Okay, so these bids, this is window shop in Evansville.
And the highlighted is what their bid is.
Okay, so the quote for the fully trimmed but not soundproofed, basically, and these are not cleanable from the inside either, is $37,198. And then there is a cleanable option from the inside, but these are not soundproof, sound dampening, whatever, and it was $43,399. So for the top of the line, the sound dampening, which was as big a concern as anything, I think, up here, that was $48,864.
48 what?
$48,864. Let's see. So none of these prices include the cost of lead containment, which is required by the EPA to do a job on windows containing lead paint. Assuming that this job will test positive, it would be about $65 per window to do that, so that's $2,400 for 37 windows. All of these prices do include tax, warranty, installation, cleanup. Let's see.
Which outfit's that?
This is window shop, so those are all window shop. Just 3 different options on them. And then Window World, I think this was kind of the issue with the Window World ones, that the bid comes in at $64,079.
60 what?
$64,079, but they require lifts for the installation, and that is like, we have to schedule the lifts and pay for the lifts as a separate issue too. There's not another one in here, I think it was just these 2, but two options on this one, and then the third one. And that was from Window World of Evansville. These others are Window Shop at Evansville also. So I'm going to assume that taking the sound dampening, because there's only one that has the sound dampening on it, and that was the $48,864, and that includes the installation. That is, yeah, plus 2,004, which the 2,400 will be extra on any of them.
How many windows is it?
37. These are a triple paned glass. It's called Mezzo, and it's made by a company called Allside out of Akron, Ohio. So it's a superior energy efficiency. And that's got the sound dampening on it. make a motion to recalculate and Kenny?
Yep.
I'll let you calculate.
So I guess with removal of 48,000.
Yes, the 48,864 and then $2,400 for the lead containment, which I'm sure you're gonna have.
Okay, on that 48,864, that figures out to $1,320.64 more. The,
Installed and everything, that's probably not too bad then, is it?
No,
I mean, these are,
them big old
Big.
windows.
yeah, and that's these and downstairs, so.
do we got anything in the old, county clerk's office? Is it being used for anything?
Yeah, that's where pretrial services is at.
Okay. I was gonna say, if it wasn't used, there ain't no need to put no new windows in
Right.
that damn thing.
No, Andy's in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ain't bad, these are big windows,
I was gonna say, I mean, windows,
and they are in,
cheapy little windows are 150 without installation, so.
Hamilton had Window World installed, and they had to clean from inside windows. One of their windows just fell in and hit their state attorney a couple of months ago, so I don't know if that impacts your decision.
I'm in a whole different building.
Kelly'd be really mad about that for window falls in on it.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Is it soundproofing all of the windows or just the ones that have the semis coming by on this side of the building?
No, I think that's all of them.
now, was the soundproof windows, was they cleanable from the inside?
Yes, yep,
They pretty much have it all.
which we have the ambulances tearing out on this end and, a lot too, so, on that side of the courthouse.
Kind of one usually.
Let's see. It says the warranties vary from product to product.
What's the issue with windows we got right now?
They're cold
Oh, okay.
and not very tight or. The ones downstairs are really bad. I think these are a little bit better.
I was gonna say, I can look and
These
see that
windows
them's
up here.
already, that they've done been replaced once,
Yeah,
because that's
You,
replaced.
yeah, like I know when I was in my old office, you can't even open them, like they're sealed shut, so, I don't know.
Well,
I
I don't
think-
know how new they are, but there's,
yeah.
water comes in, when it rains hard, water would come in on the sides, you could have paper sitting there and paper would blow through, and.
I think during court, the noises are a real issue up here.
Yeah,
Well,
especially if they're the semi driving by.
I'd say when them was put in, they got a cheap ass contractor and they skipped on the coffin.
Probably.
That's what I'd say.
So if the tip does chip in on this, it's half the price.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty reasonable.
You pretty much get what you pay for.
Now, I don't know about the tip. I'm not really sure if there's a limit on that.
I'm not sure either. Usually if they chipped in half, but usually 25 or 50 is the cap on most of the TIF districts, and they've gone to that in this area because they had $200,000 and $300,000.
Percentage wise, but I don't know if there's a dollar amount cap.
Right.
Either, but anything's better than nothing.
Right, I agree.
And Window World's figures out to $1,731
And it's not soundproof.
And they're
86.
not, no.
You wanting to accept bids tonight? I'll make the motion.
I'd like to, yeah.
I'll make the motion to go to soundproof windows and clean from the inside.
I'll second.
Roll call on this?
Spencer?
Yes.
Rushing?
Yes.
Cannon?
Yes. Okay. Let's see, old business? Nothing? Any new business? Yeah, okay. Let's see. Discussion and possible approval of amendment to the White County Solar Ordinance. Discussion and possible, just one at a time, do we need to vote on these one at a time then? Okay. So are we good with the updated amendment then? On the.
Yeah, we have a choice.
Okay. Pretty much what the whole thing said was, you'll do what they tell you.
it down our throat, we don't have much choice.
Can I get a motion on it?
I second it.
Spencer?
Yes.
Rushing?
Yes.
Cannon?
Yes. Alright, B, discussion and possible approval of an amendment to the White County Wind Ordinance, which is essentially the same as the solar
Yep.
ordinance.
I second it.
Got it right. Spencer?
Yes.
Rushing?
Yes.
Cannon?
Yes. Discussion and possible approval of a budget amendment. Yeah. That's all I'm gonna go. Anything you wanted to mention about that?
Due to the reduced, tax levy, we had to lower, some items in the sheriff's department budget. This is to lower total expenses to match the.
I got a motion on that?
I'll make it. I'll second.
Spencer?
Yes.
Rushing?
Yes.
Cannon?
Yes.
Would you mind explaining the amendment, please?
Do you have it, Casey?
Yes.
You wanna explain it?
I can hear you, I can hear him.
I'm the quiet one. I can speak up. So we lowered the, deputy salary line from $750,910.
The sheriff's deputy?
Yes.
Okay,
To $726,281.40. The CO salaries were reduced from $1,694,000 to $1,431,935. The jail medical line was reduced from $275,000 to $240,000. Juvenile detention was reduced from $50,000 to $35,000.
thank you.
Did we get rid of, did we get all the way through this, H on the consent agenda?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I just need a motion on the approval of that.
We already got it.
Okay. It's good to go then?
Yep.
Okay. Claims?
I'll make a motion to pay the bills.
Second.
Do you need a roll call on that, or just all?
All in favor?
Yeah, voice vote.
Okay, good. All in favor?
Aye.
L, executive session, do you have anything for executive session tonight? Okay. And county board member non-action item and comments, next meeting will be on Tuesday, June 16th, 2026 at 7 p.m. Anything else we need to go around that? Okay. Adjourn?
I'll make the motion